This morning on today's update, American freelance journalist Austin Tice. He disappeared 6 years ago today while he was covering the war in Syria, and his parents have fought to bring him home every day since. In a moment, we will talk to them exclusively. But first, Austin's story. Austin Tice grew up in Texas, the oldest of 7. He rose to the level of Eagle Scout and went on to Georgetown University. In 2005, Austin joined the Marines, serving as a platoon commander in Iraq. 4 years later, back in the States, he went to law school. But after 2 years, he felt the war in Syria was a story he needed to tell. So in May of 2012, he made his way to the war-ravaged country as a reporter and photographer. Then, in August of that year, just days after his 31st birthday, as he was preparing to leave, Austin was abducted. Since then, he's only been seen in the custody of armed men in this shaky footage that was released just a month after he disappeared.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
In April of this year, the FBI offered a $1 million reward for information leading to his rescue. But to this day, there have been no claims of responsibility for Austin's capture or any demands made for his release. And Austin's parents, Debra and Mark Tice, are with us now. Mr. and Mrs. Tice, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Such a hard anniversary, 6 years to the day that he disappeared and was abducted. And I was thinking about what you've said so often, Mrs. Tice, about how in the early days you felt like he'd be home the day after tomorrow.
Right.
How does an anniversary like this feel?
It just seems hard to believe. You know, first, it seems like in many ways the time has gone so quickly, but we know that for Austin, it just must be grinding on.
And we always want to be really careful here. It's tricky because we don't want to say or do anything that would in any way jeopardize Austin's safety. But just so people understand, you do have reason to believe that he is still alive.
Yes.
And it's, as you said to our producer, it's not just a mother's hope.
Right, right. And anyone that wants to call and ask about Austin from the USG, they'll have the same answer. Definitively believe that he is alive.
And in fact, I think we were told that by State Department personnel. So what now? I mean, you have done an incredible job of staying on this. You even moved to Syria for a time, just going door to door, as I understand it, really just trying to get any word of Austin. What's your next step? What keeps you hopeful?
Yeah, well, we know he's alive, and we're sure he wants to come home. So there's no reason, and there's never been any time we didn't have the same level of hope and confidence that he will. So what's next is what you're helping us do today, and that is to continue helping to keep people aware of Austin. We ask for people to help us with that awareness because, you know, we understand from talking to other former hostages that knowing people were paying attention to their situation meant a lot to them when they came back, and we believe it means a lot to Austin even now. We think he can feel the concern and the commitment that people have to bring him home.
Well, he definitely feels your prayers. How's our government doing? Do you feel, as I understand it, you were able to meet with President Trump, who was aware of Austin's situation?
So for us, this administration is really gung-ho, so to speak. They have such a commitment. We've seen them bring so many people home already. And we know that our president is really committed that Americans will not be held against their will.
And are you able to speak to, I mean, the FBI put out a $1 million reward. That's new since I think we last saw you.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal, and anything that helps generate information, you know, again, awareness is something we welcome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're very happy about that.
Every time you're here, I'm just struck by a mother and father's devotion and love. You have turned your lives over to this, and I know it can't be easy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Savannah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We are back with much more on a Tuesday morning, but first, this is Today on NBC.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.